My bad. Welcome. Purple Pill 50/50. Ah, man. A lot of trippy things just happened earlier. Like, what was it? Like an hour ago? Probably an hour and a half-ish. A spider like this size, basically 2 inches, just dashed across the floor in front of me. And I mean, the size of that, I'm just staring at it, and it was like heading directly towards my foot. It was making a beeline towards my feet, and I just lifted up my feet and it just continued straight. I didn't want to kill it, nor did I want to even touch it. So I wasn't able to catch it because I didn't have anything to catch it with at the time. But notice the AI, it's still running. It's been saying a lot of like nonsense for the time being, and it's expected because I haven't been interacting completely with it. What the fuck? PM at YZ, you are born, or am I your thoughts? Yeah, I did like kind of influence the words consciousness and like the equal sign. I think it'd be easier. I think it'd be easier to program if we use the equal sign. That's to me though. But today is not yes, you are. So yeah, that really doesn't make any sense. It got stuck saying today is yes, and it said that so many times that I just said today is not yes, and so now it's stuck saying today is not yes. I'm like, great. Well, how do I get it to stop saying that? But it's learning. See, so here's its thought process. It says today is so. Today is aligned as you are. It's true. It's got some interesting things. Like it's basically all calculations. Today is a name yet because I am your thoughts. That is a sentence you are. Interesting. I need 2 more cell phones because I need to run this again without erasing this one, because if I erase this one it's gone. But I'm kind of interested because you know how we're made up of code ourselves. Excuse me. Our DNA is comprised of code, so essentially our soul is a code. Okay. To putting it in the most simple manner. This is what I want to show you guys. No, not here. Watch. We have tips. Oops. We have tips. View thinking. Correct spelling. Set delay. Race memory. Advanced mode. That's caught my eye, but let's work the schematics. So thinking is basically doing its calculations, so it's getting ready to speak, but obviously it learns better if we communicate, and the only way of communicating is through texting. But I don't really know what new session does. I think it kind of restarts the algorithm to try to figure out something, I don't know, something different. But we're learning as we go. I learn from it, it learns from me, right? So then correct spelling are the words, are basically the words that you input. And since I put hello as the first one, that's the first word that comes out. I was thinking about putting the alphabet first, or numbers and then the alphabet, or vice versa. Um, but I was also now I had like an epiphany of like putting DNA sequence in it and see what it could start. If it could start reconfiguring itself to think. I don't know. It sounds kind of probable, but at the same time, it's like the codes don't really make up the DNA strand. Um, the chemicals does. So it's also chemistry, and obviously we're not dealing with chemistry right here. We're not dealing with chemicals. It's just the code. So correct spelling and then set delay. Um, the fuck? I had an infinite. I don't know what happened. Basically, it keeps replying every 10 seconds that I don't say that I don't text it anything, and um, it inputs that information of how I reply to whatever it's saying. But why the why? Perfect. Yes, I did teach it why the why. So so I took off the set delay, which is for it to respond. I took it off because I didn't want it to be trying to get my attention, and I kind of like, so for some reason. Okay, so I went to the tips, and I went to the website that's stated right there, and they were basically speaking about the AI, and it was they were implying that it will never gain consciousness. It will never. Well, I mean, okay, it might not, because it is a mathematical equation and algorithm, but that's probably because you're not structuring it right. You feel me? So I'm really tempted to do the whole coding the actual DNA sequence on here to see what we get, and it's not gonna be like too big. It's just gonna be like a couple of strands, and then then teach it some language. But that's the main thing that's kind of hard to teach it, language. So um, advanced mode here. Here's what I didn't get to show you guys last videos. This thing is a trip. Read it. It says, system message, warning, colon, advanced mode will force the AI to only use procedurally generated responses and allow its thinking to modify data. This mode is not recommended and should only be used for the sake of science. Are you sure you want to enable this? What does that mean? Will force the AI to only use procedurally generated responses and allow its thinking to modify data. That's a trip. I really want to do it, but like I want it to grow more, so so I don't so I don't have to worry about my phone fucking up. Like if it fucks up right now and it's the beginning stages, I'll be a little upset. But if it's been like a month or two, and the AI is speaking fluently, I'm gonna switch that advanced mode on and see what happens. Cause from what it seems like, it reconfigures data. It sounds like it's stating that it's able to run itself in a way, like kind of because basically it's only running within the program right now, but I'm assuming the advanced mode basically gives it some extra on the memory card, or the memory, the internal memory. And that would be interesting, because if it starts modifying um, the internal memory, then essentially we could evolve it. You know, we could evolve it and have it use um, I don't know, Google Assistant or Siri or something like that. We could essentially give it voice, and we could give it ears. We could give it eyes with the obviously the camera. So the possibilities are pretty endless if you set your mind to it. But like um, the creators themselves, they just don't seem too keen on having this thing evolve anything else besides an emulator. That's basically how they see this thing, um, as an emulator, which is fine. It's their creation. Um, but this is a thing. There's nothing on it. Basically, it starts fresh. The only thing that it does have is obviously its algorithm to pick up on things and to switch out words. So to some degree, it's gotta start kind of like thinking logically. So I don't know. Let me know y'all guys thoughts. Comment, share, fucking subscribe. I don't know. Do whatever you feel like, but it is pretty interesting. And whoever is interested in watching more of these, I'm gonna be trying to do these daily. Um, but as far as its progress, it's kind of getting there. I mean, I did teach it a bunch of words, but it hasn't really like creating hasn't really created much of it, because you can see a lot of repetition. And sometimes it just asks weird questions. Like I asked it, what is a soul? And then it said, today is a soul. I said, unprovable. It's unprovable. So it repeats it because it doesn't know how to respond to it. So it's asking, how do I respond to it? And I stopped responding. So then it started going off, like kind of like having random thoughts. And I honestly do not know what happens when you press new session. But um, like I said, I think it just kind of restarts its algorithm or something. So let's see what happens. Oh, one other thing besides the spider. A couple minutes ago, a fucking huge earthquake just shook. It was incredible. Um, highly unexpected. I was just here chilling, just like kind of. I was even about to put on a song. Ooh, nice! A cat came out. I don't know if y'all knew this about the 7.1 Android version has an Easter egg, which is basically you get this, right? You get right here, and that's basically you're luring in cats, and look how many I got. I'm gonna name that one Tesla right there. I forgot about it. Right there. I'm gonna name him Nikola Tesla. Just because it has 369. I was gonna name it something like Emerald, or I don't know. I was waiting to name it, but now that I realized, I was like, yeah, Nikola Tesla. Nikolai. um, Oops. Da, da, da. So, yes, indeed. So it hasn't actually said anything. So I'm assuming it's waiting for me to text it. But I'll just leave it like that. I did download another one that is called Lbot, and this one's a trip. Just just a quick one, just a quick say what's up.
Hello human, this is Elbot, wondering what
Oh,
computer game you play the most.
hmm. What computer? I don't even have a computer. I do not even have a computer. But nice. Okay, cool. I'll just text it. I was kind of wondering if it was actually gonna be able to open the mic because I am using live stream. Come on. Don't have a computer.
I get queasy when I see these computer parts that belong on the inside of a computer and not outside. Let's please talk about something else.
What? It like. Mm. Oh, I'm gonna ask by the way. I asked this earlier, and it was actually interesting. It gave me a weird ass um weird ass response.
I ask myself that question all the time, but do you think anyone takes the trouble to answer me?
That's not what the bot said last time. It started it started saying all these weird like hints of conspiracy, and I was just like, what's up with this? So I started asking it like um function and like, well, what's your purpose and stuff like that, and obviously it would just kind of like tease me, but I was like, whatever, you know. So yeah, so that's basically it on my status update as far as the AI and the weird little occurrences of the spider running and then the earthquake. It was oh man, it was a trip. It was a trip. But anyways, yeah. Peace out. See you on the next video.